Here we go, guys. Here's another one. T29 battle on cliff. Whoa, scary view. Okay, there we go. Starting to get a bit more normal there. Right, not platooned up with anybody. Don't know anyone who's playing. There is a Bacon player on the other side who, if I remember rightly on XVM, is not a bad player at all. I think he was probably a great player according to XVM, if I remember rightly. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's probably why my attention was drawn to him. Let's speed up. Straight down the cliff there. There's a lot of our tanks. Yeah, heavy tanks camping in the valley. I'm not normally a big fan of that. Me and the Bacon player there having some witty banter. You decide to keep on pushing right. Now this ridge line here, for tanks with good gun depression, can go very well. I have been spotted though. Let's see what crops up. Okay, so we've got an 87 spotted there. Now I've been spotted. Time to back up. T43 in my way, of course. There are a few heavy tanks who have made it around to the far side of the cliff already, so I need to get around there shortly. Aiming at the weak spot on the 87. British TDs in general have a dome on the roof, as you can see there. Aim for that. If you get the chance, shoot that. I've taken a hit. I'm pulling away from that combat, keeping my front facing towards the enemy as long as possible before turning around. The mistake that you see a lot of newer players make is they just sit where they were taking damage and they just turn around, exposing their side and rear to enemy fire, which is just asking for trouble. Okay, so let's just pause here. Oh, totally the wrong way to do that, but let's have a look. If I go to free count, we've got a Tiger, an IS and a T29 here. On this corner we've got a Tiger, T34 and a T43, one of which is burning to death slowly, well, quickly. So let's see if I can make a difference on this side. Let's speed back up, normal speed. There you go, T43 is dead, Tiger's on super low health. T30, it wasn't a T34, it was a T34-1. I don't know what my shell hit there, but I missed the IS. I angle my tank to try and hide my hull as much as possible. And begin to wait for these guys to advance around. Tiger P, that dome on his roof, the cupola, go for that if you get the chance. It's weaker, far weaker than his frontal armour. Failing if you can't get that, hit the side. I could have shot through the ear of the T29 there and probably hit the cupola on the IS, but no dice. Okay, I've bounced 3 shots in a row there, one off each of these tanks, just because of the angle that I'm at. My lower hull plate is protected by this hill. My gun depression is able to keep my sights on them. I'm angling my turret ever so slightly away from them, and if you notice moving, what that movement does, it just stops them aiming at my cupola. T29 pulls way too far forwards there. He didn't really need to pull that far forwards, but he did. IS trying to be a quick draw here, pulls around the outside. I do manage to bounce a shell off him or do 0 damage. If I'd fired a second earlier I would have got more damage, but I did get the kill shot on him. Bounce another shot. take out the T-29. Now our team is failing so hard here. Look at the mess that we're in. This is what happens when you get into a bad team. Everybody seems to make bad decisions about where to go. There's a Tiger P down. Everyone makes bad decisions about their positioning, about what targets to shoot and where to shoot them, and before you know it, the enemy's overrun. That's the first proper hit that anyone's got on me, with that Tiger hitting me in the hull. I did expose myself more than I needed to. Probably shouldn't have done that. T-34-1 gives me a TY there, or a GJ I should say. Let's speed up while I try and get round the back here. Now at this point, what I'm thinking is we need to defend. We need to throw everything in defence. It's pointless trying to attack now. They'll have some tanks that are able to get back and defend. What we need to do is kill these guys in the middle and get back and defend. And I'm telling the team that in chat, as you'll see shortly. I throw out there to the enemy, you know, some teams you just can't carry. I'm not the greatest player, but I was the best in the team according to XVM, but just not good enough to carry this whole team. So despite quite a good performance from me, you know, we're already 3,500 damage. If everyone had followed my advice over here and actually turned around to defend, we may have been able to do something about it. And as we see, I could have spotted them and could have got some hits if only we had half a second longer to actually stay in the game. When you look at the guys here, you know, this guy here in the cap circle, 3 more tanks in no man's land. They should have been on their way back here, no doubt about it. Let's have a look at what the results page says. Well, dear oh dear, all that hard work and it results in a loss. Oh, yeah, 1,278 experience without my premium. Yeah, you're only talking about 800, I think we'll see on the next screen, but still, that much experience for a loss, man. 3,500 damage inflicted, 270 on spotting, you know, 94% hit ratio, loads of useful contribution to the team there. Steel wall, sniper. Where did it all go wrong? Well, that's where it went wrong. Me, 3,500 damage and 4 kills. The rest of the team, not much more than that, all put together. Yeah, what a mess, what a mess. 852 is the actual amount of experience. I actually made more XP than than the best player on their side. I mean, that was just ludicrous. Some games you just lost for words, and I genuinely was disappointed that we lost that one. We didn't have a good chance of winning, but you know, I'd mopped up a whole side of the map there. All we needed was for these guys who were still alive to have turned around and tried to defend rather than pointlessly trying to attack. Made 10,000 credits. Yeah, 4,700 damage taken, and at the end of the game I was only down to half health. That's just all about the angling and the positioning of the tank. You know, make it really hard for the enemy to do any damage to you while you get good shots on them. Yeah, some games just go that way. No matter what you do, it turns out as a loss. Feel free to like and subscribe. Hopefully you'll find that one useful and realise yourself when it's better to defend than it is to attack, to try and avoid these sorts of situations. Hope to see you next time. Bye.